For centuries, the world's most powerful empires tried to conquer one land and failed. Romans, Mongols, Russians, even modern superpowers, none could break it. Why? Because Iran isn't just defended by an army, it's defended by geography, mountains, deserts, and the world's most dangerous oil choke point. Let's uncover the secret.
Iran, one of the oldest civilizations in the world. For the past approximately 500 years, Iran has existed on the world map with almost the same borders, and there is hardly any superpower in the world that Iran has not clashed with, whether it was the Romans, Arabs, Mongols, Turks, Russians, or Britain. Every superpower has tried to conquer Iran, and one of the biggest reasons for this is that Iran lies at the crossroads of the world. Geographically, Iran is mostly located on the Iranian Plateau, and this plateau places it at the intersection of Western Asia, Central Asia, and South Asia. Because of this, Iran has for centuries been not just a country, but a land bridge for trade, military campaigns, and cultural connections. It is one of the few countries that connects Europe, Africa, and Asia. In terms of area, Iran covers about 1,648,000 square kilometers, making it one of the largest countries in Asia. Meanwhile, Tehran is not only its capital, but also the most important center of political, economic, and military decision-making. Iran shares borders with 7 countries. On the eastern side, it borders Pakistan, Afghanistan, and Turkmenistan. And on the western side, it borders Iraq, Turkey, Armenia, and Azerbaijan. In addition, Iran has access to 3 major bodies of water. To the north lies the Caspian Sea, and to the south lie the Persian Gulf and the Gulf of Oman. On Iran's southern side lies one of the most important and dangerous points in the world, called the Strait of Hormuz. Not just in name, but in practice as well, it is considered one of the most important maritime choke points in the world. According to the U.S. Energy Information Administration, in 2024, an average of 20 million barrels of oil passed through the Strait of Hormuz every day, which equals roughly 20% of global petroleum liquids consumption. About 20% of the world's oil and gas supply passes through this point. Another important point is that in 2024, most of the crude oil, condensate, and LNG passing through Hormuz went toward Asian markets, and approximately 83–84% of the volume reached buyers in China, India, Japan, and South Korea. This means that if this route were blocked, the first and biggest shock would hit Asia, but the effects would be felt across the entire world. Near the Strait of Hormuz, there are also 7 islands that have been under Iran's control since 1970.
In particular, Abu Musa, Greater Tun, and Lesser Tun are still considered disputed islands between Iran and the UAE. Iran took control of them in 1971, immediately after the British withdrawal, and since then, this issue has not just been about geography, but also about Gulf politics, maritime access, and national sovereignty. Before this, these islands were under UAE control. Similarly, in the Caspian Sea, Ashura Day Island is also under Iranian control. For the past 40 years, Iran has been a major headache for the Western world. But the question is, why has no Western country been able to attack Iran and capture it, despite having powerful armies and economies? All countries know that a direct attack on Iran could backfire massively. Among many reasons that make Iran unconquerable, its geography plays a very major role. In today's video, we will see how Iran's history, its geography, and its proxy wars have made it so powerful. First, let's understand Iran's geography. On Iran's southern and western sides lies the Zagros mountain range. Zagros is not just a mountain wall, it is the backbone of Iran's entire defensive structure. Its long parallel ridge systems make the interior of the country extremely difficult for outside invaders to access, and this rugged terrain slows down large-scale, fast-moving ground invasions. Stretching from Iran's coastline to Iraq and up toward Turkey, This mountain range provides powerful natural protection for Iran. This entire region is extremely rocky and very difficult to cross. These mountains provided such a huge advantage to Iran that in 1980, when Iraq attacked Iran, its plan was to capture Khuzestan and then move deeper into Iran's cities to crush the Iranian Revolution, because Arab countries feared that the revolution's effects might spread to other Arab states. However, in 2 years, Iraqi armies were able to reach only Khuzestan. They tried very hard to cross the Zagros Mountains and capture the rest of Iran, but failed. Eventually, Iraqi forces were pushed back. Iran even advanced into Iraqi territory, but Iran then faced its own challenge. While Iraqi forces could easily receive supplies from nearby cities, Iranian forces had difficulty receiving supplies because Iran's major depots and cities were located on the other side of the Zagros Mountains. Because of this, after 8 years, the war ended without any clear result, and the borders of both countries did not change even by an inch. Similarly, on Iran's northern side, along the Caspian Sea, lies the Alborz mountain range, which provides protection from the north. The importance of the Alborz range increases because it contains Mount Damavand, Iran's highest peak, with a height of about 5,610 meters. This peak is not only a geographical landmark, but also a symbol of Iran's northern natural defense. These mountains not only provide natural protection, but also contain many natural resources, including uranium, silver, gold, and zinc. Iran possesses some of the largest zinc reserves in the world. The 20th century made Iran's geography even more important when huge oil and gas reserves were discovered near the Persian Gulf. According to the U.S. Energy Information Administration, by the end of 2023, Iran possessed about 12% of the world's oil reserves and about 15% of the world's natural gas reserves. This is why, even with international sanctions, Iran's energy importance does not disappear. Its market access is only limited. Another factor that protects Iran is its 2,500-kilometer coastline divided between 2 seas. Bandar Abbas is Iran's largest seaport, located just 70 kilometers from the Strait of Hormuz. This point today represents Iran's biggest geopolitical leverage. If Iran were to block this route using its navy, the global economy could collapse because around 15% of the world's energy supply passes through this route toward Asia and Europe. Now imagine that someone somehow manages to cross the coastline and both mountain ranges and enters Iran. Even then, the second major barrier is the Dasht-i-Lut and Dasht-i-Kavir deserts. The Lut Desert is called the hottest place on Earth. According to NASA, in 2005, a land surface temperature of 70.7 degrees Celsius was recorded there, and UNESCO also considers it among the hottest desert regions on Earth.
This means Iran's internal desert barriers are not just empty deserts, but a logistical nightmare for military forces. But today, another factor that makes Iran powerful is its geopolitical strategy. If we look at Iran's demographics, its population is about 90 million, of which 95% are Shia Muslims. About 62% are Persians, 16% Azeris, 10% Kurds, and the remaining 12% include Baloch, Lur, Arabs, and Turks. Before the 1979 Islamic Revolution, Iran was considered a liberal country and a strong ally of the United States in the region. At that time, the United States even supplied Iran with military jets. But after Imam Khomeini came to power, everything changed. Before 1979, Iran and Israel had very strong relations, including oil trade, intelligence cooperation, and security ties. However, after the revolution, Khomeini openly supported the Palestinian cause and declared Israel to be Iran's #1 enemy. Iran cut all diplomatic ties with Israel, cancelled flights, and even converted the Israeli embassy in Tehran into a Palestinian embassy. As a result, Iran's relations with both Israel and the United States deteriorated rapidly. After that, Iran changed its strategy and began supporting groups that were anti-Israel or anti-Zionist, such as Hamas in Palestine, Hezbollah in Lebanon, Fatimiyun Brigade in Syria, al-Badr in Iraq, and Houthis in Yemen. This entire network is known as the Axis of Resistance. Through this network, Iran keeps pressure on Israel and certain Arab states. Iran's proxy warfare strategy and drone technology have made it even more dangerous. According to a 2022 report from U.S. Central Command, Iran possesses the largest and most advanced ballistic missile arsenal in the Middle East, capable of striking targets up to 2,000 kilometers away. This range means Iran's deterrent strategy extends beyond its immediate neighbors, reaching even distant targets such as Israel. When all these factors are considered, even with Western sanctions and a relatively smaller economy, Iran still emerges as a country with enormous geopolitical leverage. Two of the world's most important choke points, the Strait of Hormuz and Bab al-Mandab, fall within Iran's strategic targeting range, and this is what makes Iran extremely powerful. See you in the next video. If you liked the video, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel.